What's up, my crazy little stock lovers? I know you're loving the action today because I am, right? As you can tell, it was a good day. We got some green today, I would say, right? It's not exactly what I would call a Santa Claus rally, but it could be the start of it. And if you don't know what a Santa Claus rally is, usually at the end of December, around the last 2 weeks of December, you see a lot of stocks go green, right? And it normally happens because the people are figuring out their tax situation, if they want to sell off a position and take the capital loss on the taxes, right? Or if they're selling and keeping a profit and we're going to report it in this tax season. So it has a lot to do with that and big money and whatnot. But man, I love what I saw with AMC today, guys. I'm telling you, this thing, in my opinion, is in a pattern which is called a parabolic arc pattern. And I'm going to show you guys on the screen, right, what I'm looking at. And then we also have Bitfarms. Bitfarms was also up at the peak. It was up like 9%, but it still went up and closed up like 4 or 5% for the day. And Lucid, it's struggling a little bit because of the subpoena that I went over yesterday, right? They got in a little bit of trouble, I would say, but this happens all the time, guys. They're just gonna look at the papers and the information and stuff. So nothing too crazy to be worried about, but I do have something that I want to show you guys that I saw on their Twitter account today, which I thought was pretty awesome, right? So let's get started. I'm going to also first go over how to sign up for the AMC Stubs Club, because I noticed that a lot of people were struggling with that yesterday. So I'm just going to show you real quick how you do that, okay? Let's switch it up. Got the green going. And check this out. If you go to the AMC website, this is how you want to do it, right? You go to the website, and if you scroll to the bottom of the website, it'll show you the Investor Connect section, or you can just Google AMC Investor Connect. You want to sign up for their little program, right, that they got, the Stubs program, I think it's called. And you're going to choose your favorite theater and your name and all that, okay? But what's important is that you have to scroll down. Once you're in your profile right here, you want to scroll down and select I am an AMC shareholder, right? That's how you're going to get the NFT if you want to get it, right? The free NFT. Now, one question that I have, I'm not too sure of, is the picture of the NFT, that picture that Adam put up. I don't know if that's the actual NFT or if they're going to give us a different one, right? It could just be an ad for it, because everybody's like, oh, why would anybody want this and blah, blah. The reason we need to go and do this is because I think Adam is trying to collect how many shareholders there are, at least some idea of it, right? Because he opened this up to the world now, guys. So everybody that wasn't included in the share count and the shareholder count the last time, now we can be, guys. So, right, that's why I think we should all really get going on this and try to get people to sign up for this, because instead of going through the government and everything, Adam just decided to do it through the website, right? So I just wanted to touch on that. Now, going back to this, guys, this is the chart for the day. This is what I'm looking at, guys. Check this out. Like, this to me looks like it's in a parabolic arc pattern. If I were to put this picture here, right over it, right, you would think it was the AMC chart in a way. Watch. So if I were to say this is the AMC chart, right, like that, doesn't it look very similar? Okay, and this is what's called a parabolic arc pattern. You have your rip, you have a dip, it comes back up, it kind of stays a little bit, right? Comes down, comes back up, and it dips, and then you see this rip that goes. Now it goes up and down, of course. I'm not saying that this is gonna go straight up like this, but if it starts to go up and down, right, like this, then we're looking good, guys. I mean, right now, the way it looks, the way it's sitting, if that chart was there, you might think that's the AMC chart, okay? And I've seen it in other stocks as well. It's not just happening here in AMC. But if you zoom in, I think we could still possibly be in a wedge here, guys, a triangle. Look, I did the touch points. I touched down here from the bottom, guys, and I pulled it all the way up here, correct? And this is the master support that we have, the 2850 area. And as you can see, we're starting to curl, guys. This is what I was talking about. Like, if we can curl up here, start making our way this way, that's a possibility, right? And then we can break and move back to what I'm talking about with this pattern, right? So that is my theory right now. That's my thesis. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it looks like to me. Another thing I want to touch on is yesterday with the NFT news. AMC actually went to the best company that they could for NFTs. Check this out. The Worldwide Asset Exchange, which is WAX, aka the king of NFTs, is the world's #1 blockchain as measured by a number of users and transactions, according to this website. WAX's mission is to bring NFTs to the mass market in the safest, most secure, environment-friendly way in an easy-to-use marketplace in the world, right? So this is the company that AMC is going through to issue this NFT for us. Okay, and the volume today for AMC was 47 million. So we're starting to see it pick up a little bit, guys. I'm excited. If this thing rips right back to 40, watch out. And the gas is there, guys. I'm telling you guys, because of the options. Look at how many we got in the money today. Now we have 14,000 in the money currently. So any price action now to the top, guys, look, the volume has changed. There's more volume here. But for weeks, guys, we're loaded. This is what I'm saying. This is the same thing. It's just, this is more detailed. Today, guys, let's see. We were able to get this to 30, right? So it's at 30.95 right now. That means 7,000 more times 100, guys. Shares, right? Each one of these represents 100 shares. Now, what I'm looking at here, this is the open interest, okay? Open interest. Look at the look at the volume on the 145. 136 currently open right now, guys. If this is what would cause the gamma squeeze over $145, right? If these were to run in the money, guys, and a lot of these are not hedged for. You really think the 45, the 20, the 60, these are not hedged for, guys, which means if the market makers don't have the shares, they need to go out and buy on the open market, right? So that would add a whole lot of buying pressure. So I just wanted to go over that. That's important because especially today and tomorrow, we still have a chance that there could be margin calls, guys. We don't know because margin calls take a few days, okay? They have a couple days usually to come up, and there's 3 different kinds of margin calls that I covered on the other videos. Right, so this is also what I want to pay attention to. You need to notice this, that on the 9th, I had my days mixed up. So today's the 7th. So on Thursday, we could see some more volume, guys, which is exactly what we need. We are winning right now, in my opinion. Okay, I know the price has dropped, but I was looking over the order book. It's the same thing today. They were short lighting us. They attacked us here at 105 here in my time, an hour before the market closed. Why would there be that big sell off there? It literally dropped like $1.50 for no reason there. Okay, so this is what I'm excited for because of what I'm saying with this parabolic arc pattern. Okay, the order flow. Look, it's funny right here. Watch. No big orders today, guys. No big institutions bought or sold. It was on the median 197 versus 205. And then retail was picking up shares. Look, 82 to 76, right? So apes, they love a good AMC sale. I'm telling you guys. And the chart to me today was beautiful. When we ripped like this, we went along the EMA line, right? We just kept bouncing on it, dipped, bouncing on it. And then, in my opinion, this was a short attack, right? And that's basically it. But in the long run, guys, we could be sitting in this parabolic arc pattern, which is going to take us right back to here. The options chain is loaded. I think we have a lot of room here to go, guys. If this thing rips, it's going to rip hard, right? Okay, now, and we all know about the whole Citadel thing. They restricted the customers, their clients. They said you can only pull out 6% of your money now instead of 10%. If I was an investor and my hedge fund, whatever, where I was putting my money told me that, I would be sort of worried and pissed probably, right? Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about on AMC. I'm pretty sure I covered everything there. Now, so let's move on to Lucid, guys. It's good and bad, guys. I mean, there is a lot going on. We had this rip. It had to consolidate. Fear. It's trying to bounce back. And it's right now in this range, right? It would be, if you're bullish on it, then you want to see it come back up and hold this area, right? I'm still holding my shares, guys. Like I said, I love if I'm able to add it to 40, 42, I'm going to do it, right? Because I'm here for the long term. And as you can see, we bounced off the master trend line right here that's been going, and we're in this zone. I'm not super worried. I don't know why it was kind of struggling today, but I'm sure it's just still being, it's from the bad news, right? But I do have something really cool to show you guys before, hold on, let me show you the order flow before we go, but it's on Twitter. So today, again, look, big institutions were picking up shares, guys. 16 versus 7. 303 versus 293 and 280 versus, wow, this doesn't make sense because there was more inflow than outflow and the stock went down, okay? Weird, but I don't understand when that happens, right? When there's more inflow and it goes down. But that's what happened. That's what it's saying there in the orders. And then this is what I want to show you on Twitter right here. So they're now able to put Alexa in the Lucid Air. So you can, if you have Alexa in your house, guys, you can control a lot of the lighting, the seats, the entertainment, navigation, all that stuff with your car and your house. So it has started. The government is now in your car and your house. You know, I'm just saying, they're everywhere. They're listening, right? Now, check these little clips out. It's giving you little examples, right? So if you're leaving your house or getting home, you can turn on the lights in your house from your car, guys. You just talk to Alexa, right? Here's another cool thing. Alexa, find charging stations nearby. I mean, that way you're just driving, doing your thing, right? Or if the car's driving itself, you can talk to the car, and it can take you where you need to go. And I mean, there's a lot of technology in this car, guys. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily about the car; it's about the technology they're selling you with it. Yeah, so nothing much else to say on Lucid. The volume was 57, so almost half of what yesterday was. Yesterday was like 103 million. I remember. I was like, whoa, a lot of volume. Okay, so we just want to see it hold this support, guys, and then let me draw this out a little bit more. This is the master trend line. This kind of just gives you an idea where the stock price can go, right? So if it keeps following this trend, it should bounce here, right? If it needs to bounce, and then it can keep making its way up. Okay, that's all I got to say on Lucid. This is the closer chart. This is the 2-minute. We did dip under this, so I would imagine this is going to be a George W, and it's going to make its way back up here, right? The George W. Let's go ahead and move on to Lucid, to Bitfarms. It's not a lot to say here. I mean, the volume was 7 million. Like I said, it was up like 9% earlier during the day, and then it kind of came down. This is the daily chart, but what I do like here is that it bounced off this, so now I can actually go ahead and draw you a trend line from this bottom. And for right now, at least we know that we're here. Like I expect this to recover. This was a dramatization, I think, because of the crash, right? The Bitcoin crash with the whales doing what they do. And it looks like we'll be making our way up. What I want to see now is it come back up. It's okay if it gets rejected here, but if it comes back, I want to see a breakthrough. Or if we can just break right through all the way back up to this $8 range, right? That would be my ideal chart to look at. And then order flow, 0 versus 121 on the large, 7.41 versus 5.98, guys. Small was 2.67 versus 2. So retail, it looks like small orders we're picking up shares. Okay, anytime, we know the high, the top is like 850 where it has reached, and then it drops as low as like 6. So if you're always like playing the dips there, you can scoop up at 6, and most likely it will bounce back. Again, guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my opinion and what I'm doing in the markets when I'm trading. And yeah, let's see. I have a Bitfarms tweet here. I just want to read this to you guys real quick. It has to do with Bitfarm, and this is the founder and chief executive officer, right, from Bitfarms. He said, our industry leading Bitcoin production reached over 3,000 Bitcoins mined in the first 11 months of 2021. Even with an increase in network difficulty, Bitcoin production levels was held steady in November, and we ended the month with nearly 3,000 Bitcoin valued at $175 million, guys. They're worth a lot of money, right? In addition, the robust miner deliveries and installations continued throughout November, driving a 16% increase in our hash rate. And that's why I'm invested now. That's why I'm holding into 2022, because then when they actually start, showing the results of the extra exahash per second, all that power, guys, they're gonna mine more, right? So they're gonna be worth more money, which is good news. And I expect also crypto to still keep going on this bull run that it's in, because it is recovering pretty nice. A lot of cryptos have bounced back, guys. Still holding, of course, my Loopring. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Loopring. And I pulled this chart up, right? So this is very bullish, guys. I mean, right now it bounced off the EMAs, all right? So they're just an estimated moving average, right? Depending if it's a 10-day, 50-day, 100-day, you can set it how you want. But it is, when it bounces like this, that's a good sign, right? It's showing support. And you're just seeing a George W right here, in my opinion. That's the pattern I'm looking at, and I can see. And George W's are always good, guys. They end up going higher most of the time, right? So with Loopring, you know, this was the crash that really brought everything down. But what I want to see, of course, is now we gotta start moving back up. And if you bought the dip, I mean, it dipped, and you were able to get a really good price. And if you were just investing in Loopring, just getting started, and you picked up at that $1.90 range, man, you're sitting good right now. We do have some bullish expectations. You know, there is volume coming in. Market cap sitting at what I would say is the average right now, 3.2. And you see a lot of buying, guys. You see all that buying because GameStop has earnings on the 8th, which is tomorrow. And I have read all kinds of crazy things, right? People thinking maybe this thing could go to $100, $200 if this is the real deal, right? If this is going to be the NFT marketplace, which they already have a beta, guys. So they're getting going, right? Even if they don't team up with GameStop, I mean, Loopring still has a lot of potential because they're most likely going to launch the platform on their own, I think. But if they team up with GameStop, you have a lot of wealthy investors that made money with that are very supportive of GameStop. Remember that. And if they start putting money into Loopring, guys, I mean, we can see this thing rocket up. This is a low market cap. If the coins run out as well, that pushes the price up. It's kind of a good place to be right now, right? And this little article, I'm just gonna go over. This is the last part, guys. It's saying, is Loopring worth the risk? And they actually said it's a low risk right now based on their analysis, and that's because the way they look at things. But basically what it's saying, the risk gauge score translates to a low risk investment at the moment. Portfolio managers who heavily weigh risk assessment will find this gauge more relevant when attempting to avoid or discover more risky investments. Loopring is 36.6% lower as of the last 24 hours of trading, resulting in its current price of $258. The price movement has coincided with volume below its average, right? And the token's market capitalization has risen. The market cap for the token now sits at 3.4 billion, with 1 billion worth of crypto being exchanged over the past 24 hours. The price movement is relative to the changes in the volume and the market cap. And so this company, this website is giving them a low risk assessment. And like I said, I love Loopring, guys. I'm holding. If I could buy more, I would. I can't right now, but yeah, we're good. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for checking in. Just I'm hyped for this action. I want to see this bad boy come back up here, right? Easy. Because I think a fair price, in my opinion, guys, a fair price for AMC right now is like the $40 range where we were sitting at. There was a reason why we were sitting in that portion of the chart, the price, right? And keep in mind, guys, this is what I'm saying. I think we're in this pattern, and we're ready, guys. So stay tuned. Yeah, tomorrow should be good. Okay. All right. Have a good night, guys. Later.